Hey there. Welcome to Amina's Path. A few years back, after some serious life checkups, I made a big decision. I needed to be kind to myself. I realized that happiness isn't some finish line you cross. It's something you build day by day, living in the moment and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. Amina's Path is where I'm inviting you to join me on this journey, sharing my thought, my experiences, and the encounters that have changed me. If you are ready to move forward with kindness, come walk this path with me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Amina's Path. Today, I really want to talk about those sneaky messages that hijack your brain. I've got two stories to share to illustrate this. The first one takes us back to a not-so-fun time, COVID. I know, not the cheeriest topic, but it perfectly highlights what I mean. So picture this. It's the COVID era. I was in my 30s, living a healthy life, feeling pretty good. Honestly, I wasn't too worried about COVID for myself. I didn't buy into the mass panic. I felt pretty grounded, clear on where I stood. So I thought, no big deal, I can keep watching TV, following the media, no problem. Except the media was relentless, non-stop COVID talk everywhere, all the time. It wasn't just the news or talk shows, it was in series, movies, everywhere. We got COVID episodes in every show we watched, complete with drama, tragedy, you name it. Why am I bringing this up? Because even though I thought I was fine, that I knew where I stood little by little, I started feeling off, more anxious, a bit down, less comfortable. Since I was confident about my stance on COVID, I brushed that aside. But I kept wondering, why am I feeling low? Why am I not okay? The thing is, I was still watching the same shows, the same media, which were constantly hammering on about it. And I kept feeling worse. Then it hit me. My subconscious had been hijacked. You see, your conscious mind might know where you stand, but your subconscious? It's soaking up those sneaky messages of fear and anxiety, slipping them in quietly, bit by bit. And those messages kept resurfacing, delayed, messing with my head. I can say it, they really messed up my daily life, even though I thought I had it together. So when I realized this, I made a choice. I stopped watching the news, the media, all of it. I'll admit, I had an Instagram account where I was posting positive vibes, only sharing upbeat stuff. But eventually I realized I didn't even need that. So I cut out all news, all information since COVID. And here's the breaking news. I work in a field where staying informed matters. And guess what? I didn't miss a thing. Not watching the news didn't isolate me. Far from it. I live in a super international neighborhood surrounded by people working at the UN, NGOs, multinationals. If something important happens, I hear about it. But honestly, I didn't miss the news at all. It didn't change a thing. I didn't become clueless. I educate myself through audiobooks, reflections, podcasts. I listen to a ton of stuff. My work enriches me immensely too, so I haven't lost anything and it hasn't hurt my social life or my knowledge. But mentally, my mental health, huge win. I'm no longer swayed by the news. The bad news I get now is stuff that directly affects me, my life. It's not the world's falling apart, so I feel awful. That shift has done wonders for me. I'm not saying I'm out of touch. I know what's going on in the world. But I'm free from that constant repetition that makes you go to work depressed after watching the morning news. So yeah, I'm doing much better. That's my first story. The second one ties into it. Like I said, I quit the news, all those random media pop-ups that hit you with unwanted info, catching you off guard when you're not in the mood to hear it. That choice massively improved my quality of life. But I kept one thing, watching Netflix series, movies, that kind of stuff. I record a lot of what I watch so I can skip the ads. Honestly, I skip the promos too, those teasers for new shows or whatever. That way, I avoid anything that might bug me. I got into the habit of watching a series or movie at night to unwind. I'm not going to lie, my days are packed. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 nights to finish a single episode, but it's nice. I plop on the couch, relax after putting the kids to bed, maybe after some exercise, whatever. It's my cozy little moment. I watch a bit of a series and it feels good. But recently I realized even that was hijacking me. It's sneakier than the news. Because when I put on a series, I'm in off mode. I shut down my brain thinking, I'm just chilling, watching something fun. I let my guard down. I'm relaxed, ready to be entertained. The other day, and this is why I say series can hijack you too, I was watching this American cop show. There was this female detective, super strong, super charismatic, total savior complex. She was handling everything, her job, her kids, her husband, even her job outside work hours, chasing murderers or stalkers in her free time because apparently they were short-staffed. It was just too much. You know that warrior archetype the media slowly pushes on us? This woman who juggles everything perfectly. The moment we women decided to go out and work, it wasn't just about working. It became this expectation to do it all. Be flawless with your kids, manage their activities, excel at work, prove yourself because you're a mom, and might need flexible hours sometimes. Even if you don't ask for them, you feel like you have to show you're unbreakable. Your house is spotless, you're spotless, everything's perfect. My God, it's exhausting. Watching that woman on TV exhausted me. More than that, it pissed me off. It snapped me out of my relax and shut off mode. I turned my brain back on and thought, hold on. I'm constantly bombarded with these messages, constantly. Just yesterday, I watched another series, and it was even worse. This time, it was a teenager under insane pressure. She'd lost half her family in an accident, was living in a house with a ton of strangers she didn't know before her parents died. Yet somehow she's perfect. She's helping everyone, organizing the prom, throwing impromptu parties where everything's perfectly decorated. She's running for some election, planning a million things, going for her morning jog, walking home at night when she's feeling down, and she never loses control. My God, it was exhausting to watch. It's not just exhausting when you're fully aware of what you're watching. It's exhausting and infuriating. Why are they showing us these images on TV? Why do they want us to become machines? Why do they want our batteries to burn out by the time we're 40? If we live like that, we're not really living. We won't live long, and we're not truly living at all. Is that really a life? Being perfect? Fitting the mold the world expects? I don't want that. I don't want to be a warrior. I used to take pride in being called strong or brave. You know, Amina's tough, she's got this. But now, I don't want to be brave. I don't want to be strong. I just want to live. That's part of why I'm leaving my job to do this podcast. The first reason is that I genuinely want to do this. I want to wake up for myself, for my thoughts, the things that drive me. I want to share, to show we're not alone in our thoughts, but I also could have played the warrior card. I could have done this podcast while keeping my job, working out, raising my kids, taking them to activities, and somehow finding time to fulfill myself. But that's a lie. You can't do everything. If you try to do it all, you don't do anything well. More than that, it's a choice. I decided I want to do this podcast well and maybe see where it takes me. But I also want time for myself. And it's not even a guilty pleasure. It's a need. I want time to take care of myself, to rediscover who I am, to breathe, to truly live, not to be busy all day long. That's not living. I did that for years and I was strong Amina, but I don't want to be that anymore. I just want to be Amina, happy with myself, knowing myself. When you're too busy being strong, trying to meet everyone's expectations or what you think they expect, because honestly, everyone's in their own world and no one's really expecting anything from you, you lose yourself. You lose everything. All your energy goes into pleasing others. That's what these warrior images in the media do. In every show, every movie, they push this on us. And I'm talking about women here, but it's the same for men. We're told not to show weakness, not to falter. I hope people are becoming more open, more aware that there's strength in being sensitive, in listening to yourself. But the media doesn't help. It's so sneaky, showing us through these movies and shows what's expected, what's good, being invincible, a warrior, a gladiator. We all need to ask ourselves, is this really what I want? Isn't it just a waste of energy? For what? What does it bring us? For me, honestly, it brings nothing but exhaustion. The feeling of running around like crazy and never doing anything right. It doesn't bring quality of life. So I made a choice. I caught those sneaky messages red-handed while I was on my couch. I realized, Amina, you're being influenced. You're being fed messages that make you act this way. Like I said about COVID, those messages hit me hard. My mood was low. I was depressed, really not okay. The moment I found a way to step out of that, I felt so much better. And it's the same here. These messages won't make me depressed, but they'll plant the idea that this is the norm. But it's not. And who cares about the norm anyway? The norm is being who you want to be, choosing what you want to do. Life is short. We don't get multiple lives, at least not that we're aware of. The life we're living now is the one we're conscious of. I don't want to waste it doing things that don't make sense. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Every little step counts. If you like this episode, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Catch you soon on Amina's Path.